Welcome back everyone. It's been a while since I made a headphone review. I think the last ones I've ever talked about were like the AirPods 3s or Pros or something. But here's the most important thing. These were the first Sony headphones I think I'm ever reviewing on this channel. And it's really not that major of a thing. We're going to be talking about the Sony WH-1000XM4 headphones. These things are wild names. I mean, hopefully I said it right. But these headphones are actually pretty decently priced. First of all, if you want to pick these things up, links will be down in the description. You can get them from there and help support the channel at the same time. And the very first time I actually bought these headphones were several months ago when the AirPods Maxes came out. That's actually when I went ahead and bought these headphones. And what's super funny about that was I was planning on buying and keeping the AirPods Maxes, but I actually didn't. And I was like, okay, whatever, it's not that big of a deal. But with these type of headphones, they're actually pretty decent values. They're kind of expensive. They're not extremely cheap, but I do think for what these headphones bring, they're actually pretty decent value. So starting off around this specific headphone set, you can see that they look like typical headphones. They do feel, in my opinion, kind of cheap. They're pretty much completely built out of plastics. They definitely don't feel that expensive. I can easily snap these things in half. And I think this is probably one of the worst aspects of these headphones, to be honest. I think everything else about these headphones are great, but that is just not my cup of tea. I think the AirPods Maxes are built extremely well. These ones, unfortunately, even for around $300, I would expect better build quality from these things, to be honest. Now you do have the regular cups on the sides that feel really, really premium. I mean, I like the way they feel. On the bottom, you do have, on the left side, you have the power button, the custom button on the side that you can customize to do certain things. And you have the USB Type-C port on the side that you can go and charge your headphones up. But you also have a headphone jack, which is very interesting to have. Now, that's really pretty much it for the body. There's nothing else that's super standouting or that's a crazy thing about these devices. Or a crazy thing about these headphones, because they're headphones. They're just supposed to be able to play what you listen to them. Now, I will say the app that these things have are really cool. You have a lot of capability with these type of headphones. And one of my favorite features of these headphones is the ability to actually connect to two different devices at the same time. So you can connect to essentially a computer and your phone at the same time. So if you want to pick up a call on your phone, or if you want to listen to something on your computer, it'll dynamically switch from one device to the other, as long as it's not instantaneous. It's a little bit hard to explain, but it's pretty thorough and it's actually pretty decent. You don't have to go into Bluetooth settings every time and switch from one device to the other. You can be connected to two different headphone sets at the same time, which I think is a really awesome feature for these things. AirPods don't have it, but these headphones do, which I think is a killer feature for sure. Now, I think everything else, the sound quality of these headphones is great. My favorite thing about these headphones on top of that is the noise reduction. So basically, if you guys don't know, if you're running around somewhere, if there's a lot of noise around you, you can essentially put these headphones on your ears and pretty much block out all that noise around you. And I think that is a massive thing for these headphones. It's pretty much the same thing to the AirPods Maxes. So I've had the AirPods Maxes, and these headphones and the AirPods Maxes are almost exactly the same. I really didn't tell that big of a difference between them. And I think that is a massive feature for these headphones, for being much cheaper than AirPods Maxes, but pretty much offering the same type of noise cancellation. Now, like I mentioned, I think the AirPods Maxes are built better, but these ones still feel really good in the ears, and they actually sound almost identical. And that brings me to the sound quality. These things still sound extremely premium. They're not that old, but they offer very good sound quality. Now, I do actually prefer plugging my headphones into the port on the bottom. Now, when these things are completely dead, you can still listen to songs and stuff as long as you plug it into the headphone jack, which I think is a really cool thing. Now, you can't take advantage of noise cancellations or any of the high custom features when it's the battery's on, but even if these things are dead, you can still listen to them, which I think is really awesome. Now, the battery life of these things are very, very good as well. Another one of my favorite things is how long these things last. You can literally charge these things up one time, and Sony actually says they last around 30 hours of battery life, and apparently from a 10-minute charge you can go for 5 hours of playback, and I think that's pretty accurate. I think these things last about 30 hours. I didn't test it, but these things last for a very long time for sure. And that is another thing. The AirPods Maxes lasted fairly long too. I think those things had pretty decent battery life, but I do think these Sony headphones probably offer a little bit better battery life when it comes down to it. On top of that, you do have that touch sensor, which allows you to go ahead and pause, play, skip tracks, all that stuff. And I think for the most part, these headphones are very solid. They can detect when you go ahead and remove them from your ears. The noise cancellation of these things are really, really good, and I think there's not that much to complain about. My only complaint of these headphones is I think when it switches from one device to the other, it takes a little bit of time, but that's not even that big of a deal. I think my biggest problem with these headphones is the build quality. I've owned a couple of different Sony headphones, and every single one of those, they were fairly cheap. For the price that you're paying for these headphones, it just seems like the build quality of headphones hasn't really been improving on everything except AirPods. Like the AirPods Maxes are very good feeling headphones. They feel like $500, $600 headphones. With these ones, they just don't feel that premium, and I feel like if I throw these in my book bag and if I like took a wrong turn or if they got attached to something, these things could easily snap in half. Like if I got like $30 headphones from Best Buy compared to these, they would feel almost identical. And that is one of my biggest issues with these headphones. The technology behind them is great. Unfortunately, the build quality isn't that great, but don't let that persuade you or sway you away from actually picking up these headphones, because I think these are amazing headphones for the price tag. On Amazon, you can get them for less than $300, which are linked down below like I stated, and that is a very good price tag to pay for these. If it's between these and AirPods Maxes, the better value is definitely these. I think those ones are built better, and if you have an iPhone, then it probably makes more sense to get the AirPods Maxes, but these headphones are solid, and I would honestly recommend everyone, if you have the opportunity, to go ahead and buy them if you want to. I will state though, as I always state, probably those AirPods, if you have an iPhone or an Apple phone or whatever the case is, those may be the better way to go. But I do think for these Sony headphones, they're awesome. They sound great. The noise cancellation is impeccable. It is one of my favorite things about these headphones. They sound extremely good in the hand. If you buy the Amazon ones, you can get Alexa voice controls built in. I don't even think that's a pro. The battery life of these things is really, really good. The app that Sony actually built for these headphones is also really good, and you have the ability of connecting to two different devices at the same time. So syncing between an Android phone and an iPhone, or syncing between your phone and a computer, can be seamless with these type of headphones. I think those things are extremely important. The microphone quality wasn't even that bad either, and I really do think, as I've stated time and time again, these headphones are very solid headphones. They feel extremely good in the hand. They don't feel like they're pressing in my ears at all. I've had a lot of headphones that press in my ears. These ones don't do that, and I think for the price tag, they're actually fairly decent and they're fairly popular. But as I mentioned, if you can get over the build quality, then these things are perfect. But I do think for every all intensive purposes, these are solid headphones for the price tag, and I would highly recommend picking them up if you want to. As I mentioned, these things are linked down below. You can get them from there and help support the channel at the same time, if I didn't already say that 30,000 times. If you guys have any other questions or anything, let me know in the comment section as well. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys can hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my other channels. More importantly, everything else, every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.